Coming up on Wire to Wire, the fur was flying in the Mother Goose. Summer has officially arrived in the distaff division. Yippee-ki-yay in her U.S. debut. And on the quarter horse scene, a surprise drive in the America Challenge.
Long John Silver's Wire to Wire, presented by Citgo.
Welcome to Wire. Jeff Metters and Randy Moss have the day off. I'm Kenny Rice. Glad that you could be with us. We break from the gate with our race of the week. It is the Grade 1 Mother Goose at Belmont. Now, in New York, that Shug McGaughey would have the favorite in Yell was not a surprise. But in this field of 6, Bobby Frankel had the 4th choice.
They're in the gate, and they're off. And Rory Motion wheeled at the break, went very wide coming out of the gate. Is righted now in front as the field moves off the chute. Spoken Fur moves on through. In between horses, Virgin Voyage is there. Yell's right in the thick of it. Rumline very eager. Pumped up Rumline on the far outside. And the trailer is Final Round. Here comes Rumline up to engage Rory Motion. Rory Motion, though, holds that lead in front by a neck. Rumline pressing hard on the outside. Yell's in between horses on the inside. Virgin Voyage. On the outside, Spoken Fur and Final Round cruising along while trailing the field well within striking range in the early stages here. Rory Motion through a quarter in 23 seconds flat, prompted by Rumline. Yell right there in between horses, and just to her inside is Virgin Voyage. 5 furlongs from the line, the half in a demanding 46 and 2/5 seconds. Rory Motion takes the field into the far turn. Is there room at the inside for Virgin Voyage? Virgin Voyage, an inviting opening on the inside now. Rumline right there. Rumline running in third now. Spoken Fur sent up on the far outside. And now Johnny Velasquez says go with Yell. They're still 3 lengths behind. In the meantime, Final Round is beginning to hit her best stride as they come to the top of the stretch. Virgin Voyage on the inside of Rory Motion. Rory Motion short lead. Spoken Fur right there. Final Round sweeping move coming into the stretch. Yell is 5th and in behind a wall of horses as the field turns for home. Rory Motion throws in the towel, and Spoken Fur comes away with the lead. And Spoken Fur is pulling away from them by 5. Final Round and Yell on the outside, but there will be no getting to Spoken Fur in a sparkling effort today. Bailey puts the whip away, and Spoken Fur wins by a half a dozen lengths.
The 4th pick running like the odds-on favorite. She returns $11, wins it by 5 1/4 lengths, and Jerry Bailey and Bobby Frankel do it again. They've won the Belmont Stakes, the Ogden Phipps Handicap, and now the Mother Goose in recent weeks. The 12th Grade 1 victory this season for Bobby Frankel, who just picked up Spoken Fur. She came to his barn after winning some minor races at Churchill Downs, has only been with him less than a month, and already picks up a Grade 1 victory. And here's the way it plays out. Spoken Fur got a good break, was sitting relaxed. Chili in 4th, and Jerry Bailey swings her wide coming to the stretch. Beware the rail. Bailey in perfect position, stays around that 3 path. Watch the turn of foot as she leaves him in the dust. John Velasquez, meanwhile, probably yelling out for Yell to get some room. Got trapped behind a wall of horses and closed strong, but finishes a distant 2nd. Moving on now, John Deere Turf Division, Arlington Classic, Grade 2 event. The favorite in this one, Lismore Knight, ridden by Renee Douglas. Lismore Knight right now trying to remind that he has the favorite.
They're coming down to the final furlong, and Remind has something saved. Good Day 2 fully extended. Lismore Knight has been angled out and is coming hard and fast to the final 16. It is Remind, Lismore Knight. Good Day 2 between horses. Lismore Knight and Renee Douglas in the waning yards.
Lismore Knight, the favorite, picking up the win. Remind was holding strong as they come down the stretch. But Lismore Knight staying close to the rail, tracking the leaders all the way around, and Remind tried to sprint clear and looked like might do so, but it was Lismore Knight picking up the victory. Could go on for trainer Todd Pletcher to the Grade 1 Secretariat on August 16th at Arlington. Now the Distaff Division, let's go to Monmouth Park for the Molly Pitcher. Summer Colony coming off a 2nd place at Pimlico in her 2nd race this year.
Summer Colony
Colony comes into the stretch 3 wide, and she's got a neck in front now. And down toward the rail, Alchemia's fighting on in second. Now she's got the beat as Vonderbets drive. She's in the center of the track and gaining ground. Then it's called an audible, but Summer Colony's going to be too good today. And Summer Colony and Gary Stevens win the Molly Pitcher at 2-5.
It was the 2-5 favorite, Summer Colony, picking it up on the backstretch, going 3 wide for Gary Stevens, who just cruises as they come into the final 8th of this one. Stevens is now a perfect 2 for 2 aboard Summer Colony. For trainer Mark Hennig, she's got the beat, was a distant second. And in her second career start of this season, Summer Colony now 1 for 1 on the year. And we take a look at the NTRA Pick 3 results. 2 favorites come in, but that $11 Spoken Fur helps move that $2 price to hit that Pick 3 up to $65.50. Total in the pool of over $400,000. Coming up next, in speed, Red Man Running, really fast. Breeders' Cup champ Vol Pony will go Suburban. And the final furlong, she continues to do that voodoo out west.
Presentation of Long John Silver's Wire to Wire is brought to you by Long John Silver's. Dive into something different. Citgo, we know you. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be. The Florida Department of Agriculture.
Welcome back to Wire to catch you up now on the latest in thoroughbred racing news. And sad news it is for Juddmonte Farm in Lexington, Kentucky, where their 8-year-old stallion Chester House was euthanized on Saturday. He had been suffering from bone cancer. He was in his 3rd year at stud, his first foals or yearlings this year. The Grade 1 millionaire, best known as the winner of the Arlington Million in 2000, dead at 8. Storm Flag Flying, the 2-year-old champion last year, is likely to be out for the rest of the season. Trainer Shug McGahee says a small fracture in her right hind leg was discovered on Monday. The good news is she will not need surgery, just rest, but we don't expect her back this year. You feel the need for speed? They had plenty of it in fine fashion at Remington Park in Oklahoma over the weekend. They're celebrating their 15th anniversary and doing so with the Oklahoma Futurity Trials to determine the fastest qualifier. 90 cents on the dollar favorite was the number 8, Red Man Running. They chose wisely. Here are the 2-year-olds running really fast, 350 yards.
And they're off in the 7th at Remington Park. Being pinched back at the start was Fancy Runner. Now down near the inside, DM Stocker is taking the lead. Red Man Running starts his running on the outside. Now he's drawing away. It's Red Man Running. He's got the lead coming to the finish. DM Stocker is right there. Then comes Corona with Lyman on the outside. CF Flyer.
Red Man Running, having it all his way. A perfect 2 for 2 in his young career. The only one in the trials below 18 seconds for the Oklahoma-bred son of Okie Dokie Dale. Gets ready now for the finals on July 12th. Still at Remington, the MBNA Challenge Trial, 3-year-olds and up, 440 yards. The number 6 choice, A Real Man, the solid favorite. But on the outside, it's Kate's Driver who would.
And they're off for the 7th at Remington Park. Now, Pure D Cross takes the early lead to the inside rear. Eye Opener is up close along with Let the Straw Fly. Here comes A Real Man now rumbling down the center of the racetrack, and on the outside it's Kate's Driver. It's A Real Man from between in the white blinkers. Kate's Driver in with a big chance. At the rail it's Let the Straw Fly. It's going to be Kate's Driver who prevails.
Kate's Driver has one more gear and drives with this late surge to overtake the favorite, A Real Man. Becoming the fastest qualifier, getting ready to advance on now as the Kansas bred returns $13.60. A Real Man comes in second. They'll go again July 13th in the finals. Now the Red Earth, 3-year-olds and up, 350 yards. Tour de Quack, the favorite. Your Cash Treat, though, turned out to be appropriately named.
And they're off for the Red Earth Handicap at Remington Park. Tour de Quack came away very fast. Memories for Micah is digging hard. Belisa has her work cut out. She's way back in the field now as they come through the stretch. On the lead, it's Tour de Quack. We have a horse down. CRP Pretty Penny is down, but driving on is Your Cash Treat. Your Cash Treat gets up to win it.
Your Cash Treat wins the first time out this season. CRP Pretty Penny clipping heels and taking a tumble. Her jockey, Roy Brooks, was okay. He would come back and ride later that day. This Oklahoma bred Your Cash Treat returns her backers $20.40 return. Sam Houston Race Park now. The Bayer Legend Derby Trials, 3-year-olds at 400 yards. Number 1, Shiny Sign, 50 cents on the dollar. Here's why.
They are off. in the second. And it's a good start for the favorite. Shiny Sign down at the rail. Sailing Winner also moving up, as is Boot Scootin' Task. Center of the racetrack comes Thompson Gin. Toward the outside, Athena Raquel. Shiny Sign, though, has the lead by a length and a half, 70 yards away. And that's a winner for Shiny Sign.
Shiny Sign has it all his way. Breaks out early, is in total control with that strong drive down the stretch for trainer Dwayne Hartzell. He now has the fastest qualifier for the finals that are coming up on July 12th. Shiny Sign will go in as the favorite. Now to Delta Downs for the Ford East Distaff. 3-year-old and up fillies and mares. They're going 400 yards in this one. 6 Dashers taking on the favorites, 1 and 1A.
And there they go. Royal Baby Sister broke very sharply. 6 Dashers from the outside means business as well. Now from between horses, here comes First Place Princess coming on. Also between those horses, Diamonds for Tony. On the far outside, it's 6 Dashers. After that, First Place Princess, Diamonds for Tony. Between those horses, a late bid by Cooper's Ladybug. Here's the line, and 6 Dashers gets there first.
Almost according to script, number 7, 6 Dashers, the second choice, defeats the odds-on entry of First Place Princess and Royal Baby Sister. They run 1, 2, 3. It was a big effort for 6 Dashers and Gilbert Ortiz aboard. Remember the name Gilbert Ortiz. We'll talk about him. Coming up right now. Lee Berwick Memorial Futurity, also at Delta Downs. 2-year-olds going 350 yards. The strong favorite, the number 7 horse, Val's Fortune, with Ortiz aboard.
And there they go. And Val's Fortune going up to the front, a stumbling break for Carrie's Little Dash, who has recovered nicely. Here's Toast of Magic as well. Along the inside, WW Man Done Gone, but Val's Fortune is heading for the line. Val's Fortune, another scintillating effort.
It was another great effort for a terrific runner in Val's Fortune. Finding the lane, the outside, and was totally clear to make it look easy over Cool Eleanor, finishing second. Time of 17:575. Gilbert Ortiz, 6 stakes wins over the weekend. For more on the American Quarter Horse Association, log on to AQHA.com or call 1-800-414-RIDE. Come along for the ride. Coming up, Valponi trying for his first win this season in the Suburban Handicap. And we're all anticipating the return of With Anticipation in the United Nations.
ESPN goes spanning the globe this July to bring you the world of sports. The greatest drivers in the world race in the fastest cars in the IRL IndyCar Series. ESPN Sunday night heats up with Pennant Fever as the regular season passes the halfway mark. Relive some of football's classic championship games during the UEFA Champions League Finals Week. You'll have the best seat in the house for the 2003 ESPY Awards. The Asian X Games 5 returns for more exclusive ESPN action. The rough and rugged world of Scottish football is revisited in the Old Firm Derby Week. The man, the myth, and the legend are all on display for Ali, the greatest of all time. Keep up to the minute on all the happenings in the world of sports with ESPN Sports Center. Great action this July on ESPN.
This week on Press Pass, Boca Juniors and Santos battle for the Copa Libertadores. And David Beckham is presented to the Madrid faithful. Will they like what they see? Join Tommy, Eddie, and me Friday on Press Pass.
The truest test of strength, stamina, and character. ESPN presents the International Ironman Triathlon. Top athletes in endurance sports compete around the globe on the most demanding courses ever. The Ironman Triathlon World Championship on ESPN.
They've been called a dream team, a gas to watch.
If you're telling me I look like Will Bond, I just got a really bad opinion of myself. This is the best show on television.
Pardon the interruption.
Sports and other stuff.
On ESPN.
Looking at the Citgo leaderboard, sometimes it pays to go to the track. A person in Idaho spends $6,270 and wins over $1.1 million in the Churchill Down Pick 6. That is a record. The previous record was a mere $417,000 in 1995 at Churchill.
Hey, Red, kind of small, isn't he? Gonna look a lot smaller in a second, Georgie.
Working with Gary Stevens has been exciting because he's a very naturally gifted actor.
Gary's doing an unbelievable job. He really is. Forget about his writing ability. His record speaks for itself. But what he looks like on camera, the way he's portraying the role of George Wolfe is outstanding.
This is the first thing I've done outside of riding races. It really kind of gives me that exhilarating feeling that winning a big race gives me.
More on the making of the movie Seabiscuit at 4 Eastern Time Wednesday on ESPN2. For more information, log on to ESPN.com. Fireworks are everywhere, of course, as we get ready for the 4th of July weekend, and especially on the racetrack. Let's take a look now at some of the great stakes coming up this weekend, perhaps at a racetrack near you. Volpone, second in both his starts since winning the Breeders' Cup Classic, second here last month to Iron Deputy in the Brooklyn, trying for his first win since winning the Breeders' Cup Classic, going in the Suburban. Harlan's Holiday, fifth here, also expected to be trying to get the victory in the Suburban. And it's Mineshaft as well in that race. The Neil Howard trainee had his 3-race win streak snapped in the Stephen Foster, finishing behind Perfect Drift. Mineshaft digging now to try to get another win streak started. He'll meet Volpone and others in the Suburban coming up in what should be a great weekend at Belmont. With anticipation, still going strong, the 8-year-old Gelding, winning the Man of War last year in this dramatic fashion, will come back to defend his title in the United Nations down by the Jersey Shore. How can you miss him? How can you not love the big white horse? Joey Franco, winner of the ACAC Handicap, and doing so in good fashion, now being pointed to the Triple Bend Breeders' Cup Handicap as he holds on for victory here in the ACAC. And Champ Ali, will he continue to float like a butterfly and sting like a bee? Second in the Derby trial, won the Northern Dancer for trainer Greg Foley, now being pointed to the Iowa Derby. See if he can continue on a strong 3-year-old streak right now. Upcoming events along the way. Coming up on the 4th, the Prioras Stakes, the Tom Fool Handicap, and the New York Handicap at Belmont. The American Handicap is coming up at Hollywood Park. And then you see on the 5th, more racing at Belmont, Hollywood, Monmouth. Churchill Downs will have the Firecracker. On Sunday, the Dwyer Stakes at Belmont Park as well. A full weekend in between your cookouts and times at the pool. Let's go out west now to preview the American Oaks, now in its second year. The Bob Baffert trainee, Santa Catarina. First graded stakes win was in the Hollywood Breeders' Cup Oaks. She will go in possibly as the favorite or one of them for the American Oaks coming up. And going against her will be another Baffert trainee, Atlantic Ocean. Outside, Red Cap, disappointing ninth in the Kentucky Oaks. Only time off the board in 5 races this season, coming on the turf to finish second. A moving second here in the Honeymoon Breeders' Cup Handicap will also be there to challenge for the American Oaks. And Gal O'Gal, a Grade 3 winner on the inside here in the white cap. Here she comes in the Here Comes the Bride Stakes back February 1st at Gulfstream Park. With that late charge right along the hedge to get the victory, she has a win and a 3rd-place finish since that win down at Gulfstream Park. It is an international field again this year, including Liska, who comes to the barn of Laura Desaru, will be in there, and Welcome Millennium, with trainer Ron McAnally coming in over the last month, was 4th in a Group 1 at Longchamp, and a $1 million guaranteed pick 6 coming up at the American Oaks Day at Hollywood Park. And coming up for us, we'll go down the final furlong, taking a look at, among others, Zimbabwe's best in her U.S. debut.
This ESPN2 presentation of Long John Silver's Wire to Wire is brought to you by Long John Silver's. Dive into something different. Citgo, we know you. The American Quarter Horse Association, let freedom ride. By NTRA.com. Win a trip to the world premiere of Seabiscuit the movie at NTRA.com. Equibase.com, your official online source for racing information, from entries to results and everything in between. Equibase.com is a service of Equibase Company, the thoroughbred industry's official database.
Coming up next week, Jeff and Randy will be back for Long John Silver's Wire to Wire to recap the Suburban and the United Nations. That will be Tuesday at 2 Eastern Time on ESPN2. And welcome back as we get ready for the final furlong. Beverly Hills, swimming pools, movie stars, people like to go there, especially trainer Christophe Clement, and he loves to take Voodoo Dancer there. She's found her second home out on the West Coast, and she starts our final furlong. We'll have ladies first as we take a look at the filly and mare divisions in our first two races, the Grade 2 Beverly Hills at Hollywood Park. A field of 5. There you see Voodoo Dancer. Dublino, the number 1, was the even money favorite, but Voodoo was definitely back in town.
Voodoo Dancer set down for the final furlong. Megahertz has too far to come, and it's Dublino and Voodoo Dancer. Dublino just ahead in front. Voodoo Dancer attacks in the middle of the course, and she might have her, and she does. Voodoo Dancer, yes!
Final surge under jockey Corey Nakatani. Voodoo Dancer overtakes the favorite Dublino. Voodoo Dancer, her 7th career start in Southern California. She has 3 stakes victories there. Her first career win at 1.25 miles for trainer Chris Clement. Corey Nakatani again aboard. Never worse than 3rd in her last 9 starts. She's won 10 out of 19 lifetime, over $1.1 million earned. Grade 3 Locust Grove at Churchill Downs. Ippy Tomby making her U.S. debut. Last time out, she beat the boys in the Dubai Duty Free. Watch her go against the girls.
Here comes Ippy Tomby to the outside of Kiss the Devil. Ippy Tomby accelerates on by to take the lead. Ippy Tomby taking over from Kiss the Devil. Quick Tip is coming late. Ippy Tomby, Kiss the Devil, Quick Tip, Ippy Tomby.
The Zimbabwe bred, now trained by Elliott Walden, has won 12 out of 14. Pat Day had her in perfect position. The patient one also won 4 races that day himself, and she wins with ease, mostly a hand ride the rest of the way. Next up for her could be the Grade 1 Diana Handicap on July 26th, which you could see on ESPN. Now in the John Deere Turf Division, Hollywood Cinema Breeders' Cup Handicap. A field of 8 for this Grade 3, 1 mile and an 1/8. As they come down the stretch here, wonder what happens.
Just Wonder in front. Peace Repetitas is second. Slew City Citadel third. Private Chef not today. Just Wonder, Peace Repetitas. It is Just Wonder from last to first to win.
She turns it on at the end. He does, and Just Wonder is the winner. His 3rd U.S. win. First graded stakes victory for trainer Laura Desaru. Kent DeSormo aboard past Slew City Citadel in mid-stretch and goes on to victory from there. The favorite Private Chef rallied for 4th. Laura Desaru said next up for Just Wonder, he could go to the Del Mar Derby or the Secretariat. NetJets Mile Division, Arlington Park, the Grade 3 Hanshin Mile. 7 in this field, but it pays to be at home, and Apt to Be was there.
The Hanshin Cup will go to Apt to Be. There's Ellis holding second. Bonus pack, Art Maggio and San Pedro. Apt to Be wins well clear.
Apt to Be wins by 7 lengths, his 2nd in a row, coming off a win in the Dr. Fager Stakes, bred by Arlington Park's own Richard Duchossois. The 6-year-old gelding is 7 for 10 at Arlington. Loves it there. He is also 6 for 8 at the distance of 1 mile. The Tremont Stakes at Belmont. Take a look at the youngsters in the Bessemer Trust Division. 5.5 furlongs for these 2-year-olds.
It's going to be Heckel, a much the best winner here to win the Tremont Stakes, winning it by 3 lengths.
Heckel ridden by John Velasquez. 4th as the favorite in the Three Chimneys Juvenile on Derby Day. Trainer Todd Pletcher thought he might have displaced a Pallet in that race. For the first time, Heckel ran with a tongue tie. He won impressively. May go on now to the Sanford Stakes, July 24th at Saratoga. Susan's Girl Breeders' Cup Stakes at Delaware Park. 3-year-old fillies at 1 mile and a 16th. 3 scratches in this race, including Grade 1 winner Awesome Humor. That left it with a field of 5 and left Henny Song totally in control. She remains perfect, 5 for 5 now in her career, picking up her 2nd stakes victory. Next for her, Delaware Oaks, July 19th. Down to Texas at Lone Star Park. Hey there, Hey Lauren. The Texas Stallion Stakes 2-year-old fillies running here in 5.5 furlongs, and Hey Lauren in total control of this one. Hey Lauren now, the 70 cents on the dollar favorite, has 3 wins and a 2nd in 4 career starts. She rallies to beat Clever Melody. Now moving on to the boys division. 2-year-old Colt still at Lone Star Park. Here he comes. There he goes. There goes Rocket, taking over in the last half of this 5.5 furlong race to go 2 for 2 in his career. He was the 6-to-1 choice. He was 7th after a quarter of a mile, but has that strong kick to remain perfect in his young career. And there he goes back to the winner's circle. Thanks for being with us today. An exciting weekend this past weekend for the ladies. Ippy Tomby, so impressive, coming over for the first time to the United States to win the Locust Grove. And also, in the Mother Goose, it was Spoken Fur, the rich get richer. Bobby Frankel has another terrific runner. Jerry Bailey has another winner at Belmont. And in the Molly Pitcher, summer is back for the season. Summer Colony, so impressive. Thanks for watching. I'm Kenny Rice. So long.
This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com.
The clock